The rain came down in sheets that evening, washing the city sidewalks with silver reflections from flickering streetlights. Daniel tightened his grip on the hand of his 6-year-old daughter, Emma, pulling her closer under the umbrella that had long since lost its fight against the storm. His worn boots splashed through puddles as he walked her home from the library, a place they often visited when they couldn't afford entertainment elsewhere. Books were free, and stories, at least in their small corner of the world, were priceless. Daniel wasn't the kind of man who asked the world for much. Life had already demanded nearly everything of him. His wife had left years ago, leaving him with nothing but unpaid bills and a daughter who depended on him for everything. Work at the construction site had slowed, hours cut, and money stretched so thin it sometimes felt like air slipping through his fingers. Still, Emma smiled. Somehow, she always found joy in the simplest things. Like the sound of raindrops drumming on their umbrella or the way a street lamp's glow made the puddles sparkle like treasure. As they turned a corner, Daniel noticed a little girl standing alone near the gate of a school playground. She couldn't have been more than 7. Her hair was damp from the rain, and her backpack hung awkwardly on her shoulders. She was looking around anxiously, her lips trembling. Emma noticed her too and whispered, "Daddy, she looks scared." Daniel's heart tightened. He had seen that look before, the lost, uncertain gaze of a child who felt forgotten. Without thinking twice, he led Emma toward the girl. "Hey there, sweetheart," Daniel said gently, crouching down so his eyes met hers. "Are you okay? Where's your mom or dad?" The girl sniffled, wiping her face with a small hand. "My mom, she was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't come. I waited and waited," her voice cracked. Emma, with all the innocence of a child, stepped closer and said, "You can walk with us until your mommy comes. My daddy is really nice. He always keeps me safe." Daniel smiled softly at his daughter, then turned back to the girl. "What's your name?" "Lily," she whispered. "Well, Lily, it's not safe for you to stand out here alone in this weather. Why don't we walk you home? We'll make sure you get there safe." Lily hesitated, then nodded slowly. So the three of them began their walk through the rain, 2 little girls chatting as if they had been friends forever, and one tired but protective father holding the umbrella over both of them. Daniel carried Lily's backpack so her small shoulders wouldn't strain, and despite his own exhaustion, he cracked a few jokes that made the girls giggle. Meanwhile, just a few streets away, a woman sat frantically in her luxury car, stuck in traffic caused by a downed tree. Her name was Olivia Hartwell. A name that appeared often in business magazines and charity gala lists. She was a self-made millionaire, known for her empire of health and wellness companies. But tonight, none of her success mattered. Her little girl was waiting for her at school, and she was late. By the time Olivia pulled up to the gates, her heart sank. The schoolyard was empty. She jumped out, rain soaking her designer coat, and called Lily's name. Panic gripped her chest, until she spotted 3 figures in the distance. There was Lily, hand in hand with another girl, both safe under the umbrella of a man she had never seen before. Relief washed over Olivia so hard she almost collapsed. She ran toward them. "Lily," she cried. The little girl let go of Emma's hand and rushed into her mother's arms. "Mommy. I was so scared, but they helped me." Olivia hugged her daughter tightly, whispering apologies. When she finally lifted her gaze, she saw Daniel standing there, rain dripping from his hair, holding nothing but a broken umbrella and a gentle smile. "Thank you," Olivia said breathlessly. "I don't even know what to say. You have no idea how much this means to me." Daniel shook his head. "No thanks needed. Any parent would have done the same." But Olivia noticed things others might not. The wear on his clothes, the fatigue etched into his face, the way his boots were more holes than leather. He had walked her daughter through the storm without hesitation, without asking who she was or what she had. And in that moment, Olivia felt something shift inside her. Days passed, but Olivia couldn't forget the struggling father and his daughter. She found herself thinking about the kindness in his eyes, the humility in his voice. She wanted to know more. So, one afternoon, Olivia walked into the local library, the very one Daniel and Emma visited often. She saw him there, helping Emma sound out words from a picture book, his face lit up with pride at every little success. "Daniel," Olivia said softly, approaching. He looked up, surprised. "Mrs. Hartwell? Is everything okay with Lily?" Olivia smiled. "She's wonderful. But I wanted to thank you properly. You went out of your way for her, and I'd like to do the same for you." Daniel shifted uncomfortably. "Really, there's no need. I just did what anyone should do." But Olivia insisted. She began inviting him and Emma to small outings, ice cream with Lily, trips to the park. Slowly, Emma and Lily became inseparable, their laughter echoing like music every time they were together. And slowly, Olivia began to see beyond the surface of Daniel's struggles. She saw his resilience, his love for his daughter, his quiet strength that no amount of money could ever buy. One evening, as they all sat watching the girls build castles out of sand at the park, Olivia found herself whispering, "You know, people like you remind me that wealth isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in how deeply you love, how selflessly you give." Daniel glanced at her, puzzled. "I'm just doing my best. Emma deserves the world, even if I can't give it to her." Olivia's heart ached at his words. She had millions, yet she often felt her life was empty. He had almost nothing, yet he carried a richness of spirit that humbled her. And somewhere between laughter and shared stories, admiration turned into something more, something Olivia hadn't expected. She was falling for him. The turning point came weeks later when Daniel lost his job. The construction company shut down, and he returned home with nothing but a crumpled paycheck and despair. That night, Emma hugged him tightly and said, "It's okay, Daddy. We still have each other." He broke down in her arms, the weight of failure crushing him. Olivia found out the next day. She saw him sitting on the library steps, head bowed, trying to hide his pain. She sat beside him in silence, then gently placed her hand over his. "You've carried the world alone for too long," she whispered. "Let me carry some of it with you." Daniel shook his head. "I don't want charity. I don't want pity." "It's not pity," Olivia said firmly. "It's respect. It's admiration. And maybe, it's love." Daniel's eyes widened. Love? From her, the woman who could have anything, yet was choosing him. She smiled softly. "I don't care what you don't have. I care about who you are. You kept my daughter safe when you had nothing to gain. You give Emma a father's love that money could never replace. That's wealth to me. And I've fallen for that man." Tears filled Daniel's eyes, not from shame this time, but from the overwhelming truth that kindness had brought him to a place he never thought possible, someone seeing his worth, not his wallet. Months later, their bond grew stronger. Emma and Lily called each other sisters, their laughter filling both homes. Daniel found new work with Olivia's help, not as charity, but because she believed in his skills and determination. And one evening, under the same rain that had once brought them together, Daniel held Olivia's hand and whispered, "I never imagined a life like this. Thank you, for falling for the man I am, not the man I thought I had to be." Olivia kissed his cheek and replied, "Thank you for reminding me what love really is." The storm had passed, but in its place grew something unshakable, two families stitched together by kindness, courage, and love. Because sometimes, the smallest acts, like walking a child home safe, can change the course of lives forever.